Wow, what a week it has been for Behaviour and Dead by Daylight. And it's only Wednesday. Welcome to the Unfiltered Idiots. Well, actually, just idiot. It's just me today, no Jay, as we talk all things DBD. DBD Twitter is often regarded as a toxic wasteland, a cesspool of angry, aggressive hatred. But that all changed this week. In my near 3.5 years of playing the game and being a member of the DBD community, I have never seen it so harmonious, so happy, so joyous. There's two reasons why. Firstly, on Monday, the 6th of November, Stranger Things and Behaviour announced the return of the Stranger Things chapter into Dead by Daylight, meaning Nancy Wheeler, Steve Harrington, the Demogorgon, and the Hawkins National Lab Underground Complex map return to the fog. For the first time in nearly 2 years, I should say, because on the 17th of November 2021 is when they got stripped from us by Netflix. So for the first time in nearly 2 years, you're able to run around in the underground complex. A map I must admit I really didn't like when I first started playing this game. But in its absence, I've grown to miss it. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and that's certainly the case here. I had a lot of fun playing it on stream on Monday, and I'm definitely looking forward to some Jump Scare Myers games on it. Now, I'm also keen to add that what we got when they brought this chapter back was exactly what we had when it left. So there's no rework to the map, there's no new cosmetics, there's no new features with this chapter. But that doesn't matter. We are just happy to have Hawkins and the rest of the Stranger Things chapter back and available to us. Anyone who wasn't able to grab any of their cosmetics, they're now available in the store to get. For those who hadn't experienced Hawkins Underground Lab, now's your chance. We like in this channel to make assumptions and guesses. And I just got a hunch that this isn't the only Stranger Things content that we're going to see in Dead by Daylight. I have a feeling that maybe for the 8-year anniversary, we may get to see some Vecna, maybe Robin, maybe Eddie, maybe Joyce, maybe Hopper, who knows? But I definitely think that with this license returning, there is a more than likely scenario that a deal has been done between Behaviour, Netflix, Stranger Things, to get more content into the fog in the form of a secondary chapter. Now, that wasn't the only news this week, because we still had the small matter of the Chapter 30 release, the killer-only chapter that was coming. Now, some people had thought that potentially, because Stranger Things dropped on the 6th, that maybe this was going to be a Vecna chapter, and it was just going to be Vecna coming in and a couple of legendary skins coming in for the existing Nancy and Steve. Behaviour put out an FAQ stating that no new content would be coming with this Stranger Things drop, which meant that we were getting a brand new license killer for Chapter 30. Now, there had been some previous talk about would there be a secondary Saw chapter to link in with the film that had just been released, maybe bring John Kramer in. I was never a fan of that idea because, well, John Kramer doesn't kill people. Then, because of the FNAF movie, people were like, oh, we finally going to get Springtrap. There's been a massive clamour for it. But no. On Tuesday, they released their first teaser, which in itself is actually amazing that they managed to get all the way to Tuesday, the day before the PTB launches, and it not be leaked. And literally nobody had a clue about this. Like, there were no leaks for the killer that eventually came out. But when they released their teaser, the internet went mental because of one image, the image of a chair. Now, who would use a chair to climb up onto a counter and grab a knife? Well, it could only be our diminutive, demonic toy doll, our good guy, our friend forever. That's right, Chucky is in the fog. Now, Matthew Cote himself, in an interview with The King, stated that he didn't think it would ever be possible to bring Chucky into the fog. Like the mechanics, how he would fit, how it would work. It just didn't seem logical, didn't seem possible. But they made it work. We were on the PTB earlier today, and it was fantastic. It was everything you could imagine it to be. It was fun, it was inventive, it was new, it was fresh. Something that Dead by Daylight have been accused of recently was the fact the game was getting stale. But they have massively turned a corner with Alien, with Nicolas Cage, and now with Chucky, and bringing back Stranger Things, of course. Like the new gaming mechanics of being able to slide under a pallet, of not being in first person view for the killer, being in third person. The fact of how does Chucky, a 2 foot high doll, pick up a survivor and put them on hook? Well, we'll just bring in the spirit of Charles Lee Ray. And not only have we got Chucky, but we will be getting a legendary skin for Tiffany. And not only that, but Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly have done voice lines for both characters. The Maury is savage. Something else that Dead by Daylight have sometimes shied away from is being full on brutal with Maury. Sometimes they're a little bit lacking in gore for a horror game. But this, along with the recent Naughty Bear Maury that come in for Trapper, this is suitably savage. His perks and abilities at this moment as it stands seem quite well constructed, well thought out. And there is definitely the ability to add some of his perks with other existing perks to create good synergies, different play styles, and ultimately that's what you're looking for. Now we must remember though, this is only the PTB, which means how he plays now is not necessarily how he's going to be when released. There may be buffs, there may be nerfs, they may make adjustments here and there. We have to wait and see. But at the moment, I would liken some of his play styles to a pig dash mixed with a bit of Oni. There is some definite jump scare ability with him. When he enters hidey ho mode, and there's no terror radius and there's no red stain, you can mind game fantastically around certain objects. I was on RPD earlier. I was going back and forward around a table, entered hidey ho mode. Survivor had no idea what I was doing. No idea where I was coming from. And that, like I say, mixed with a few other interesting perks, could make him very, very strong in certain areas at certain games. But it's too early to tell whether or not we've got the next S tier killer, because let's face it, it's the PTB. How people play on the PTB is not how they play in their lives. There's normally less sweat in the PTB. We've got the console players still to join. So there's a whole raft of players who will be hitting this killer for the first time at the end of November. It's going to take a couple of weeks to settle down, figure out playstyles for and against. And hopefully Dead by Daylight don't hit him or buff him too much before his actual release. Give it a couple of weeks and then see where the land lies with him. But for now, I definitely think that Chucky is one of the funnest killers to play. He's probably also, I was just thinking about this, I class Alien as the biggest IP that Behaviour have ever managed to get for Dead by Daylight. I kind of feel that Chucky is probably the most wanted IP. I know there's a ton of people that want Springtrap. I know there's a ton of people that want certain other things. There was a clamour for Predator. But I just feel that Chucky is always in. When you speak to people and say, oh, what are your like top 3, top 5? Chucky's always in there. And now he's in DBD. A killer that we legit never thought we were going to get. That we dreamed maybe could be possible. But never really thought it would be. Well, he's here. And I, for one, will say a massive thank you to Behaviour. You seem to be on an upward trajectory at the moment. Hopefully this continues. Although, I think the next chapter's original. We know how they've gone recently. But we can hope. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video. And if you would like to come and follow either myself or my normal co-host Jay over on Twitch, you can do. The links are in the description below. He streams under the name Firefly Zero. He streams on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday, mostly variety games. And I stream under the name The Proper TJ on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm mostly DBD and horror, but I do play some variety games every now and again. So come and check us out. And while you're also there, jump over to Spotify and give the podcast a listen to. You won't regret it. Thank you. Stay safe. Be awesome. Catch you later.